How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the what's this? Is this the Tuesday night video?
It's back to normal. It is the Tuesday night video. None of this weird Thursday night spitball stuff. Like Thursdays, the Thursdays are for other things.
Okay, well, we still have a movie to react to.
Oh, that's right. And that's for Thursday.
That's right. So, weird camera angle alert. We are here with Matthew Holmes, the writer and director behind The Legend of Ben Hall and Twin Rivers, plus a brand new film called The Cost. And if you go back to our Monday episode of Good Movie Monday, you can listen all about that. And rather than spitball this time, lads, we're going to just pluck names of movies out of a bowl. Some I haven't seen. I made sure that I put some in there that I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or for a long time.
Do you want
anyway.
me to spit in the bowl? Does that make it more interesting?
You can go first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just take one from the top. And it is Misery.
Oh, there you go. There's an easy one.
It is.
Surely we've all seen Misery.
It was a long time ago, but yeah.
It is one of those 10 movies that I put up on Facebook a couple of years ago saying I'm embarrassed to admit that I've never seen. I have never seen Misery.
Are you going to do anything about that?
Yeah, I keep thinking about it. But it's like there's every now and then, I'll watch something and I'll be like, yeah, I do like James Caan. And then 5 minutes later I'll be like, no, I don't like James Caan.
What about Rob Reiner? Do you like Rob Reiner?
I do like Rob Reiner.
So I think there's only been maybe...
And I like Kathy Bates.
There's only been maybe,
And I like
two or
Foot Trauma.
three filmmakers that have ever done Stephen King really, really well, and I think he's one of them, like on repetition.
Right.
What do you reckon?
Of the film Misery?
Yeah.
Look, extremely powerful. I remember I saw it, I think, a couple of years after it came out, and yeah, it was profoundly affecting. I think it's a little dated now, but it's still great. But no, I think it's...
Got the famous Hoblin scene with the sledgehammer.
Which is still uncomfortable. No, that's great. And like all great Stephen King stories, that he's just got a wonderful... I don't know how he does it. How does he find a premise that the minute you hear it, it's just full of possibility?
You were about to say he types.
No. No. No, I was going to say it's completely justifiable, everything that Kathy Bates does in the film. Because, like, as someone who, like, will read, like, a series of novels on a character, when the author does something stupid, like kill him off, or you're just like, fuck you. Like, who are you?
Like how we all feel about George Lucas and now the D&D who did the Game of Thrones. And
this is not what I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
To this dude. Just write it for me, please.
In the book, she uses an axe on his ankles and absolutely lops them off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they toned it down.
Yeah, which I think, tone it down, or did they dial it up? Because you see that sledgehammer hit those ankles and you see the feet just completely go left and right.
Yeah.
I would imagine, I haven't read the book either, but like if you cut someone's, like I've seen Suicide Kings. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've got it right behind you.
And like they cut Christopher Walken's finger off in that. Like the whole thing is he's like this mob boss that they kidnap. And so they cut one of his fingers off to either get a ransom. I can't remember why they cut his finger off. But the whole movie is like them not realizing the after effects of like if you cut someone's finger off, there's a lot of blood coming out.
That's right.
And they're going to eventually die. So in Misery, if she would have lopped his foot off with an axe, that's a lot of blood. Like that'd be.
I think
like
she puts. I think she puts an iron to them. Like,
she cauterizes.
Okay, so she seals it off because otherwise, you literally just bleed out.
She's a nurse, so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
right.
Anyway,
wow. Wow. Lucky that he didn't die of shock.
Matthew.
Oh, I get the honours?
Yes.
Right. I hope it's something I've seen. Okay, here we go.
All right. Legend of Ben Hall.
Haha. Flatliners. All right.
Now we're talking.
Please say we're talking about the original.
Yeah. What did you think of Elliot Page in that one?
I'm pleased to say I never saw it. I saw the trailer and I went, I'll never see that.
Original Flatliners, amazing.
I love it. It's such a great film, and watching it again maybe a couple of years ago, it's wonderfully stylized. It's got the great gothic setting of the hospital and everything, and I don't know. I thought it was great. I loved it.
You're laughing because you heard my stomach.
I just heard your stomach like right into the microphone. Like,
Flatliners was an absolute.
That was not flatlining. That stomach grumble was not flatlining. Like we have a pulse. There's a Quato in there, and he's begging to get out.
Oh my god, Flatliners. what a cast too. That was like the Brat Pack, sort of
Yeah.
Julia Roberts and Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
I was like the new Brat Pack almost.
Yeah.
Who
They were
else?
a bit-
Oliver
Kevin
Platt.
Bacon.
Kevin
Oliver
Bacon.
Platt. Well, I think it was the first thing I'd ever seen Oliver Platt in.
Billy Baldwin.
Yeah.
Was it
Was
Billy?
it Billy?
Was it Billy? I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe it
Willi-
was.
He was
Baldwin.
William then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And,
One of the ones that's not Alec.
Yeah, that's right.
and the other successful one along with Alec. Yeah. No, I think it was a fantastic film, and I thought all the dream sequences and the idea of the afterlife is like this punishment for your sins.
And
I
it's
don't know,
such
a great,
it's
a great
one of
premise.
those realms that you can sort of explore in a fantasy sense, but nobody has any kind of definite answer to what lies beyond death. So you can go as far as you want and still make it like medically possible.
Possible.
you
Yeah.
know?
No one can go, oh, look, that's full of shit. I've been there, buddy.
Yeah.
And there was a tunnel with light at the end of it.
That's right.
You're like,
It's great. I used to love it as a kid. VHS thrashed it. Love the poster.
Yeah.
Joel Schumacher. When he's good, he's really good.
Yes.
And the
He had a
same
good-
can be said for when he's bad, he's really bad.
He had a good script and a good cast, so how could he go wrong?
my sister used to watch that and Flash Gordon religiously.
What?
That's yep, okay.
I think she liked the color and the tight pants of Flash Gordon, and I think she had a thing for Keith Sutherland
Yeah, right.
in Flatliners.
Mm.
He was good in that. Bit of an anti-hero kind of guy. Like he was again had a lot of grey characters in it, which is what I loved
And
about it.
it goes into obsession, and
Yeah.
is he doing it for himself or the benefit of mankind?
And he's also got a past where he's guilty and he's
Yep.
tortured and no, it's great.
I love Billy Baldwin's past coming back, all the chicks that he filmed on camera
Oh,
coming back
yeah.
to haunt him. And they did a spin-off called Slither.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. All right, let's have a look. My stomach is going nuts tonight.
You need to eat
I
something.
need to.
It's just disagreeing with your opinions so far.
Usually Ben makes those noises when I talk about a movie.
When I on the Legend of Ben Hall, my boom operator had a constantly squirrely stomach, and so the original sound on Ben Hall, if you listen to it, every now and again you just get this all over it. And when we took it out of the movie for the proper mix and put in all the ADR in, I actually started missing it because I got so used to the squirrely stomach sounds all the way through.
Blame it on the horse.
So I should, but no, it was our soundy.
The good thing is though, when you're making a bushranger film, you can, if you get all the actors just throughout all of your scenes, just every now and then just touch your stomach.
That's it.
Like, don't make any reference to it. Don't do it. Just every now and then, because they would have been hungry.
No, they
When
would
was the
have.
last time
It
they-
would have
like,
worked.
Sometimes they're eating a lot of potatoes.
Or it's a Blazing Saddles
Just like a- yeah.
kind of deal.
like so every time you've got one of those in the sound thing, you're like, oh, just
Yeah, and
Yeah.
follow it with a fart. That'd be. Remember when Uwe Boll recut House of the Dead in the comedy way? You could recut.
No, I
Legend of
should.
Ben
Actually,
Hall.
I've had someone a couple of times level some, it needed more comedy in it. I'm like, well, there it is. Just
The flatulence of
Just
Ben
some
Hall.
farts.
All right, I've got The Invisible Man, and that one I'm going to go with the redo. I can't call it a remake, the Lee Winnell one, because it's
okay.
It's-
Not the Chevy Chase one.
Well, are we
John
talking
Carpenter
about the Paul Verhoeven one?
Hollow Man.
Oh, Hello Man,
Hollow
that's
Man, but
right.
that is a remake.
I do love my favorite effect in the Hollow Man is at one point he.
Is this his dick?
No.
Okay,
like, I mean,
'cause that's an effect.
That's pretty good, but that's just what's his name? He figures out a way to get it into every film if he can. No, but when I think it's Kim Dickens.
I think
it's
I know
Kim
which
Dickens.
scene you're about to talk
She
about.
falls asleep and he undoes her top, and then they just have her nipple kind of move up and down. And like clearly they've just got a bit of glass, just pressed it across and moved the glass up and down.
Well, actually,
To make the
I
nipple
seem to
move.
remember there like him grabbing it and his like you see his fingerprints moving it all around. And I remember and I still to this day when I think of that movie, that's the scene I only think about. I think, how did they do that? How did they figure that out?
Well, we might have to do a new segment called reenacting tricks of the trade. Ben, assume the position.
Yeah, we it's like MythBusters, where you show you how they did it.
That's a really good segment.
Invisible Man, the Lee Winnell one I'll talk about because it isn't a remake. It's just a whole new film that takes the concept of the title and runs with it. But very cool, mostly practical effects, which
Yeah,
are
I thought
really,
it was
really clever.
That was a great film.
That's a revenge film.
A what?
That's a revenge
It
film.
is. It is. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I should contextualize that. We spoke about revenge on the podcast.
Yeah.
Not on this video.
It was kind of like what I liked about it is I think showing it from the victim's point of view was a fantastic way to go because I think
Yeah.
the early Invisible Mans tend to show from his point of view, but it reminded me a lot of that Julia Roberts film, Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh yeah,
And how she has to get away from the psychotic husband. It sort of like mixes that with this. And I always really found that Sleeping with the Enemy really a powerful film when I saw it as a kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, there are people that treat their wives like that? That's amazing. I didn't know that because, I didn't know that back then.
That was, Enough was another good one with Jennifer
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did like
that
one.
took me by surprise when I saw that at the cinemas. It was
And her
pretty
dad's
powerful.
like Victor Argo,
Yeah.
who gets to do zero acting in it. Like he just gets to stand there and while she, he takes him to town for being an abusive arsehole. And he doesn't really respond. Just gets a bit red in the face, and you're like, what?
All right, so let's do a quick round, one more each, and we'll try to fire off some really fast ones.
All right, here we go. What do we got here? Crackerjack.
Yeah.
Is this the Australian Crackerjack?
Mick Malloy.
The
You
Lawn
know,
Bowls movie.
I haven't seen it.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
it. I love it. I put that in there just because for shits and giggles.
Good film.
Yeah, Bill Hunter's great in that.
It's got some great extras on that DVD too. When they do the Channel 9, there's the Channel 9 board meeting of how they come up with new shows, and it's just this completely like a darkened boardroom with faceless executives sitting around a long table, and they're in complete silence. And then one guy just goes, "I got an idea for a show. I don't know what happens in it yet, but it's hosted by Eddie Maguire." And then there's like another 2 seconds of silence, and then the head of the thing goes, "All right, let's make a pilot."
I like it. It's a very charming film.
Mm.
You know,
Is it like the best of all of the Mick? Because there was like a decade where Mick Malloy just made films, and is it the one
it's
that?
Nerd Boy Town. No, it's really good. Like it's up there with some of the
With
more
Bad Eggs. It's up there with Bad Eggs.
Bad Eggs is good.
I do like Bad Eggs.
Yeah, Bad Eggs is
I haven't
great.
seen any of his.
That opening scene of that car flying down through the shopping centre is just fantastic. That's directed by Tony Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Coca-Cola Kid, talking about Australian films.
I don't want to go. There's no Coca-Cola. That song came out of that film. The Coke ad.
Do you know Coca-Cola Kid? Have you heard of it or seen it?
I've heard of it. I've never seen.
Eric
Coca-Cola.
Roberts plays like a Coke marketing executive that comes to Australia because their computer has recognised the place in Australia. It's the only place on earth where Coke doesn't sell. So he comes down to to figure it out and make it work. And it
Fix the
turns out
problem.
there's like a local soft drink factory owned by like some old bloke that's stuck in time. But
Yeah.
interesting thing about this one is that Coca-Cola just gave their blessing without knowing anything about the film at the time. They just said,
okay.
go ahead and use our brand. Not knowing that it's kind of a negative film for
about
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Ah,
And yet
right.
everything is branded with Coke. You got trucks, you got posters, everything, and they couldn't do a thing about it. They tried to sue, I believe, and just
Yeah,
they
right.
already
I mean,
agreed.
I do like it.
Should've read the
Associating
script.
this is a movie made in the 80s, and associating Coke with Greta Skarki's boobs. There's nothing bad about it. And the song that comes out of it, which was the ad, there's don't want to go. There's no Coca-Cola, which was performed by. It's not Crowded House, but it's
Is it
like
Ice House? No.
no, it's Tim Finn or Neil Finn.
It is
it's
too.
Split Ends or whatever
Yep.
it is, and
Yep.
it's this great thing where they just do the recording.
I think it's Tim Finn,
I
just
think it
as a
is.
solo thing.
It's the Finn that's not that wasn't in Crowded House. Is that?
Well, he was for a short time, one album.
right.
Tim Finn,
But
leader
he's
of
not,
Split
he's not
Ends.
the main one.
No, Neil is the main
Yeah,
character.
Neil's. Yeah, that's the. You always get the feeling that the Finn household, it's like Tim Finn does the stuff, and then his mum's like, take Neil along with you. Take your brother. Let your brother be in the band.
Let him wear eyeshadow. All right, whose turn is it?
I've done
lost track.
mine.
There you go.
Dragonheart.
Dragonheart.
What a classic. What a classic.
Saw it 3
film.
times in the cinema.
Did you?
I was
Wow.
so excited by seeing because it was just after Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see more digital dinosaur things. And saw it 3 times, and because I was just
Sean
in love with
Connery.
the-
Sean
yeah.
Connery,
Sean
Dennis
Connery,
Quaid.
I think it's the first. I think it's the first movie I ever saw Dinah Meyer in. I remember thinking, who is she?
Yeah, Starship
She's
Troopers
great.
gal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been 5 Dragonhearts now, I think.
Yeah.
You had Patrick Stewart took over the Draco voice in the second one.
Okay.
And I think
That's
in
a
the
good choice.
most recent one, Helena Bonham Carter does the voice of the dragon.
Oh, okay. Well, there would be we need some female dragons.
Yeah.
I'm sure
It's- I actually
Haven't
think
you
it's a
seen First
very-
Wives Club?
I'm sure that's not an issue in the UK with the cultural appropriation, where clearly the dragon is Scottish in the first one, and then they just let's get 2 people who speak crystal clear Queen's English with zero trace of anything but English accent.
But did
Why don't they
Patrick
get Liam
Stewart
Neeson to
did Patrick Stewart do a Scottish accent?
I didn't see
I
the
never saw the
sequels.
sequels.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't actually think... I tried watching it again recently. I bought it on Blu-ray and tried to... a bit of a favourite. And I actually couldn't get through it again.
it's not very good.
And what I realised what it is this, that it's tonally all over the place.
Well, it also, like, it kind of has the appearance of a kids' film, but it's not a kids' film.
But then it's got some things that are absolutely childish and silly, like when he's getting banged, like he's hanging onto the dragon, he's getting knocked through the woods, and it's slapstick and silly, but then it's really dark in other areas.
Yeah.
And I just feel like grabbing Rob Cohen and say, Rob, I'm with you, man, but pick a tone and stick with
I
it.
forgot that he did that. Did he also do Rain of Fire?
No.
Who was that?
No, that was Rob Bowman.
Rob Bowman.
Rob
yes.
Bowman, not Rob Cohen.
Oh,
Both
he did
Dragon
Triple
films.
X though, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just want him to stick to a
Explains a lot.
tone, and I think that was... I went back 3 times to sort of... Because I was liking it, but I wasn't liking it. And I kept going back to try to convince myself that I liked this film.
It's me with In Dreams. I've watched it about 20 times. I don't know why. I hate it.
I did that with Phantom Menace 3 times. I went back. I've got to see this again. I am sure I like this. But yeah, it's just tonally, it's all over the place. But it has some wonderful moments and it has some good performances.
Well, Matthew, thank you for indulging us in a game of not Spitball.
No worries. That was fun.
Awesome.
I should do it at home with some friends.
Matt's got the new film, The Cost, in production. We'll keep you up to date with the progress of that. So we'll catch you on the next video. Ben, see you then.
See you then.